Welcome to the spoken tutorial on Table with Primary Keys. In this tutorial, we will learn to insert data, retrieve data, data redundancy, importance of primary keys, and create a table with primary keys. To record this tutorial, I am using Ubuntu Linux 14.04 operating system, PostgreSQL 9.3.x, and pgadmin 1.18. To follow this tutorial, you should have good understanding of basic computer concepts and working knowledge of any programming language. Let us open pgadmin. Ensure that you have connected to the local host server. Select the sample DB database. Click on the students table and then click on the columns node. We can see the students table with 5 columns which we created earlier. The structure of the table is ready. Let us learn how to insert some data into this table. Right-click on the students table. From the drop-down menu, select Scripts and then select Insert Script. The SQL editor window opens up with the basic syntax for an insert statement. Insert statement inserts one or more rows into a table. The values to be inserted must match the order of the columns and the data type of each column. That is, column 1 takes the value 1 and column 2 takes the value 2 and so on. Type the values as shown. Here I have entered a single row of data for the student Ram. The order of the column name should match the values. Note that character data type values are always enclosed in quotes, and numeric data type values are not enclosed within quotes. Next, we will execute the insert statement. Click on the triangle icon in the toolbar to execute the query. We can see the message, "Query returned successfully, one row affected." This indicates that one row of data is inserted into the students table. I will insert one more record. Execute the query. I have inserted 2 records now. Let us now retrieve the data which we have inserted from the table. Click on the Clear Edit window icon in the toolbar to clear the previous statement. Then type select asterisk from. Here we have to specify the table name. Press Ctrl and space bar together. A list of available tables appears as shown. Select the students table. Here, select is a query command which is used to retrieve data from the tables. Asterisk means all the rows from the table. This statement will fetch all the values from the students table. Now, click on the triangle icon in the toolbar to execute the query. We can see the output in the tabular form in the output pane. Next, I will demonstrate how to add multiple student details at the same time. The syntax to insert multiple rows is shown here. We can insert multiple rows in a single insert statement. Here I have entered the information of the students Ram, Kishore and Pooja. Let us save the script of this insert statement for future use. To do so, click on the Save File icon on the toolbar. Enter the name of the file as Insert Script-Student. Select the folder where you want to save the file. I will select Desktop. By default, the file will always be saved with .sql extension. Click on the Save button. As before, click on the triangle icon in the toolbar to execute the query. In the output pane, we can see the message 3 rows affected. This indicates that 3 records are inserted in the students table. Once again, we will retrieve the data from the students table. To do so, click on the Previous Queries drop-down box. All the previous typed SQL statements are stored here. Click on Select Asterisk from Students from the list. Now execute the query. We can see there are two students with the same name Ram, but the other column values are different. How will the institute or organization identify a particular student Ram's details? Each student is unique and they need to be identified with some unique attribute. For example, student ID will be unique for each student. Therefore, in our example, student ID can be the primary key constraint. Primary key is a column or a set of columns that uniquely identifies each row in the table. Follow these rules when you define a primary key for a table. A table should have only one primary key. A primary key can be a single column or a set of columns. The combination of values in these multiple columns must be unique. It should not contain null values. For example, here there is a duplicate row of data for the student named Kishore. By mistake, I have entered the student Kishore's details twice. First, I demonstrated to insert a single record 2 times and then I inserted 3 records. The duplication of data is data redundancy. Data redundancy, that is, data repetition, will affect the performance of the database. More information on data redundancy is given in the additional material link of this tutorial. How can we prevent insertion of duplicate data? We can do so by adding a primary key constraint to a table. Now, I will show how to add a primary key. Let us go to the pgadmin main screen. Let me copy the script of createTable statement and paste in the SQL editor. This is the code which we executed to create the students table. Can we add a student name column as a primary key to identify each student? No, student name cannot be assigned as a primary key as there may be many students with the same name. We have to identify a column with unique values. So, we will add a student ID column to this table to identify each student. Type the code as shown on the screen. I have added a new column called Student ID which will store a unique code for each student. I have defined the student ID as a primary key. Now let us execute the query. We can see an error saying relation students already exists. This means we try to create a table with the same name students. Two objects cannot have the same name in a database. First, we will drop the students table along with the data which we inserted now. Then, we will again create the students table with primary key constraints. Go to the pgadmin main screen. Right-click on the students table. From the drop-down menu, select Delete or Drop. A pop-up window for Drop Table appears. Click on the Yes button. This removes a table definition and all its associated data. The syntax to drop a table is drop table, table name. We can also type the statement in the SQL editor and execute the query. Switch to the SQL editor window. Now, let us create the student table with student ID as primary key. Execute the query. Now the students table has been successfully created, but the table is empty without any data. I will insert the data from the insert script-student file which we saved earlier. Click Open File icon in the toolbar and select the insert script-student file. The file is open in the SQL editor window. I will add the student ID column as shown. Next, I will pass a unique ID for each student. I will add another record for student Ram with unique student ID as shown. Note, there is no duplicate row of data. Now execute the query. We can see that 4 records have been successfully inserted. What will happen if you try to insert the same set of data into the students table again? Let us try that. Execute the insert statement one more time. We can see the error message, duplicate key value violates unique constraint. It shows an error which indicates the duplication of data. Hence, the primary key helps to avoid the data redundancy in a table. Next, let us retrieve the inserted data. We can see there is no duplication of data. With this, we come to the end of this tutorial. Let us summarize. In this tutorial, we have learnt about inserting data, retrieving data, data redundancy, importance of primary keys, creating table with primary keys. As an assignment, drop the EMP table which was created in an earlier assignment in this series. Create the EMP table with EMP number as primary key. Keep the other columns the same. Insert few records into the EMP table. Retrieve the data and see the output. The video at the following link summarizes the spoken tutorial project. Please download and watch it. The spoken tutorial project team conducts workshops and gives certificates. For more details, please write to us. Please post your time queries in this forum. Spoken Tutorial project is funded by NMEICT MHRD Government of India. More information on this mission is available at this link. This is Nirmala Venkat from IIT Bombay signing off. Thanks for watching.